everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome to my channel. Okay, we're gonna just dive right into this story because wow, is Twitter in an uproar right now because Gabbie Hanna, who has like, I don't even know, 5 million, 6 million subscribers. She's a former Vine star who uploads content where she pretends she's funny. Lately, she's been pretending she's a singer, and when she's not pretending she's a singer, she's been arguing with basically everyone on the internet. She was recently called out by Trisha Paytas. Oh, there. Yeah, we talked about her the other day. And she's been in this three-way sort of argument with former friends, Jen Dett, Jessie Smiles, and herself. This is all going all the way back to a situation that took place years ago. See, Gabbie seems to have a short memory or likes to forget about what she's talking about or just literally doesn't understand how to tell the truth. And she's had a couple of her old friends trying to get people to realize that what she's telling her fans is not true. She claimed in a rant on Twitter about a month ago that everyone was sending out rumors about her and she was finally going to break her silence and no longer allow these rumors to fuel her life. What was the rumor? Well, it turns out that Gabbie was apparently hanging out with this guy named Curtis who allegedly did some stuff to this lady named Jessie that resulted in him actually getting picked up and put away for a minute. But he was acquitted. Now, what he did to Jessie is awful. No one should ever go through that. Jessie insists that despite the fact that he was not found guilty, it did happen. And this whole thing has been erupting because Gabbie insists that she never hung out with Curtis Lepore after she found out about everything that had happened in 2014. And she also insisted that she never said that he didn't do the things that he did to her friend Jessie. Now, she and Jessie were friends for a short period of time. And the biggest thing, the rumor has been, is that she picked a guy who had done something really bad to Jessie over her friend Jessie. So her friends Jessie and Jen, who were there at the time, have been trying to remind everyone that literally that's not what happened. So recently Gabbie was saying, well, that tweet wasn't there. Well, apparently there was a tweet and she deleted it, and everyone is saying that that tweet basically said that Curtis didn't do those things to Jessie. That made people upset. And then she denied that she had never spent any time with him or actually hung out with him. Then a photo surfaces of her with him, and she says that it was just a Snapchat that she happened to run into him, and it wasn't really that big of a deal. However, today, her friend Jen posted a few things on Twitter. One, she posted her explanation, which I'll show you right here.
I was at an event, an influencer event, and he happened to be there and he tried to take a Snapchat selfie with me, and I told him to delete it right now because I did not want to be associated with him. I have zero association with Curtis Lepore.
And then Jen posted this video, which, by the way, Jen has given me permission to use these videos. And in this video, Gabbie actually talks about how she will do just about anything for money. And she doesn't necessarily have to care about what she puts out on the internet. She doesn't even have to think it's funny. She doesn't even have to like it. As long as it makes her money, it didn't matter.
And I post a lot of things that I don't think are funny for the numbers because Vine is also my career now. It's not just my fun little hobby. So I have to continue to do that. So a lot of stuff that I do is resented. And they comment and they say, sell out and stuff like that. And I guess I sold out because I'm getting paid to do what I do, but at the same time, I think kind of anyone would. I'd love to stay in the game for as long as I can and make as much money and be comfortable as long as I can while still doing what I love, because of the people I know, I'm one of the very few people who is making a living doing what I love. I don't look at Vine as like this, I don't know, I just don't think there's a lot of integrity to it. I don't think there has to be, to me. 100% business. Vine is my business. It's how, like I said, it's how I pay my bills. To me, it's networking, expanding your worth, and growing. That's all it is. I can't pay my bills, can't pay my telephone bills, can't pay my automobiles. Honestly, I don't know what I would have done if Vine didn't happen, because it happened right after college, so I don't know where I was headed with my life. If and when social media dies for me, I'll be working at a comedy website or writing for a show or something. God, I love your hair. Thank God to see what's happened LeBron James. Vine has changed my life in every single aspect, with obviously my career, where I'm living, what I'm doing, my aspirations, my friends, and who I am as a person. Like, I was not that cool of a person before Vine. Everybody scream! When you go to school, high school, college, whatever it is, you're kind of forced into a friend group just by who you have kind of the most in common with in a group of people. With the internet and social media, you have literally the entire world at your fingertips to choose your friends. I'm a businesswoman, man. Everything I do, gotta get that dollar sign.
Jen also said after she did that, Gabbie tried to sue her because she took this interview and apparently Gabbie did not want that out on the internet, and Jen says she published it anyway and she did not go into the legal house. So then more photos surfaced. So here's what happens. Another photo surfaces of them looking rather chummy. And it's on a separate night, not just the night of the alleged Snapchat. This photo, it looks like they're all hanging out together and all friends. Jen and Jesse assert that she was hanging out with Claire and Curtis a lot. Now, Gabbie has done a lot to say that she wasn't really hanging out with Curtis and she didn't know anything about Curtis and she wasn't really friends with him. But the photos shared by Jen show that one, she hung out with him after the article came out on TMZ, which she had later said never happened. Two, that she had hung out with him multiple times. And Jen claims that Gabbie may or may not have been in Curtis's life while he was still in the court system, because it was at the same time that the photos were taken in March of 2015 that he was actually in court for everything related to Jesse. Yes. So she was friends with this girl named Claire. Claire was dating Curtis, and that's how Gabbie got into the mix of everything. Gabbie has been perpetually saying online, I didn't pick him, I didn't pick him, I didn't pick him, blah, 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 blah. Jen and Jesse have been screaming, yes, you did. Stop lying. This really happened. Stop gaslighting us. Then Gabbie, in turn, has been saying, you're gaslighting. You're a narcissist. You're stalking me. Okay? Well, it appears that Jen has some information that has really made it upset for Gabbie, because she literally deleted her Twitter. Yeah, that happened. Not only did she delete her Twitter, she also deleted her Instagram. So the photos are surfaced. Deaf Noodles actually Deaf Noodles posts them. Jen Dent, who is the one that was putting out the content, was tagging Dennis. I was notified by one of my subscribers that this was being put out by Jen. I then spoke with Jen and asked her if I could use the information. She said yes. And here's where we're at. Gabbie has been caught lying because she was hanging out with Curtis, was hanging out with him more than one time. Their relationship and friendship seemed to be a far deeper one than which she has led people onto. There is a deleted tweet that she says she never said, which they all say who were there that it happened, and that this whole assertion that they are lying and making the story up because they're jealous or hateful or stalking, these girls say no. They just want her to be accountable for what she has done. Obviously, this has put a tidal wave of comments out on Twitter calling Gabbie the worst friend. They can't believe she did this. This was actually true. And here's the thing. It's hard to know from a couple photos whether or not Gabbie actually was super good friends with them. If she was maybe friends with Claire and not friends with Curtis. But it does sort of debunk this assertion that she has made that she didn't really spend time with him. She only bumped into him and she didn't really hang out with him, when there's multiple photos of her with him because she's friends with Claire. Not to mention, it's all going on while this case is going on that affected her former friend Jesse. It does appear as though she did take the side of Curtis during that time. Why else would you hang out with him? It doesn't make sense. If your friend says that this person did this to them and you claim to be someone who, is all about women and believing women, why would you then spend time with him? I just can't understand that. If you are all about, lately Gabbie's all about, Black Lives Matter, women empowerment, yay, yay, yay. But then back then she was hanging out with Curtis, who was not guilty, but apparently Jen found a new court case that's going on with Curtis right now in LA Superior Court, or at least in 2018, and it has some court dates coming up, and it was not related to some good stuff. So my question is, why would she delete her Twitter? Gabbie loves attention. She loves to post. She has a large fan base. She has a large audience. She has been so vocal the last few weeks, going off on anyone that dares to be in her face or say anything negative about her. She literally calls anyone that points out anything that she does a hater or someone that's out to hurt her. Mind you, I'm not here to hurt her or hate her. I'm just telling you about what's happened. And I do think there might be some holes in her story of her lying. Anytime someone says that you need to believe me, and then they keep negating all of the evidence that shows otherwise, they're gaslighting and they're trying to make you believe that your reality is not real and what they are telling you is true. And if Jen is saying, no, this is really what happened, we are not the ones that are doing it, Gabbie is, who do you believe? Could it be that it was just innocent? But if it's innocent, why would Gabbie delete her Twitter? Is she caught lying? Does she not want to deal with the backlash? Does she know she's been caught? Sometimes people literally will deactivate because they cannot handle all of the messages that come at them. So it could just be like, whoa, I'm getting so much hate right now. I'm going to deactivate. I'm not going to deal with this right now. I'm done. Could it be, I'm going to delete my Twitter so you guys can't catch anything of me that you've been finding of the things I've done and said in the past? Could it be, whoa, I'm totally caught. I'm gone. Peace. I don't know. I'm sure she'll be back. She's not a quiet person. She could consistently always posts, but I want to know what your thoughts are. Is she lying, or is Jen out? Jen and Jesse, are they out to get her? And why would she lie about something that can be proven? This is the one thing about these YouTubers I'll never understand. Why lie about stupid stuff? Seriously. Just don't lie. Say, yeah, I made a mistake. Like, if you literally picked Curtis back then, just be like, yeah, you know what? I made a mistake. I would never do that again. I'm sorry. But if you're spending all your time trying to cover up your lies, those lies are eventually going to come following you, and they're going to bite you in the booty. Again, do not send hate to Gabbie Hanna. Do not send hate to Jen Dent or to Jesse. Please don't harass any of these people in this story. I'm just here telling you what's happening. I don't know how I feel, but either way, Gabbie Hanna is out. Bye, guys.